Welcome to the Church of Les Invalides. As noted before in previous guides, Les Invalides is a building complex consisting of three major parts: the museum area, the church and the dome. The church in this case was built second after the museum but before the dome. Soon after the main Hôpital des Invalides, Louis XIV decided that the veterans also required a chapel to pray in. The Soldiers' Chapel opened in 1677, only 1 year after the completion of the main Hôpital des Invalides. But the chapel was officially finished later, in 1679. The chapel is known as Église Saint-Louis des Invalides. After it had been completed, daily attendance was required for the veterans staying at Les Invalides. When entering this church, many people say it's unlike any other church in Paris, and I'm sure you will agree. In contrast to many of the Gothic churches in Paris, the Saint-Louis church is very light, and much of the interior is made up of white shining marble. Another thing that separates this church from the others is its connection to Les Invalides and its military background. The background is embraced throughout the church, as you can find a multitude of different banners and flags hanging from the walls. The church is also unique due to the fact that it is still rather unknown. Many of the people who visit it had never heard of it prior to visiting Paris, so it is still somewhat of a hidden gem inside Les Invalides. Another evidence of the church's military connection can be found under it in the crypt. Underneath Les Invalides and Église Saint-Louis lie a large number of French 19th and 20th century officers and generals interred. The Soldiers' Church, as it is sometimes called, is not only known for its military background. The church also houses one of the largest instruments in France, its beautiful organ. The organ is located at the back of the chapel, above the entrance. And as you can see if you take a look at it, it is not only big, but also very beautiful. The original organ was built during 1686, but has throughout the years received many restorations. There are still, however, some original stops from the 17th century left in the organ. During the French Revolution, buildings and symbols of the monarchy and the Catholic Church were often attacked and damaged. The Église Saint-Louis was no exception, and the church was ransacked during the Revolution and lost many of its treasures. During a period after the Revolution, the church was officially said to have lost its religious purpose, and it was unofficially renamed the Temple of Mars after the Roman god of war. After the Revolution, all French orders of chivalry were abolished. Later, when Napoleon Bonaparte came to power, he wanted to reward civilians and soldiers for brave deeds and not for their nobility rankings. This led to the formation of a new order called Légion d'honneur, the Legion of Honor. And the place you're standing at is where the order's very first decoration ceremony was held on July 15th, 1804. The troublesome time of the Revolution was not the only time the church lost some of its valuable treasures. The church also lost many of its flags and banners when the governor of Les Invalides burned them in 1814. He did not do this without a reason, though. During this time, the French had lost the Napoleonic Wars, and the enemy coalition forces were surrounding Paris. So it was simply an act to prevent the enemy from capturing the old flags and banners. In 1837, the chapel area of Église Saint-Louis was separated from the dome area by a large glass wall. And from that day on, the chapel area is considered to be the Église Saint-Louis des Invalides, and the dome area has been given a new name, Église du Dôme.